Hello students, class 12th. I am very happy to interact you in the same topic, the beggar. Okay, in my previous video, in my previous online class, I explained you about the story of a beggar. You know better how a man's life can change by someone else in your life. I know and you know better that there will be some incident in your life that help you to change your life positively. Okay, in the same way, there is the life of a beggar. He became beggar not due to his any physical problems, but due to his feebleness means weakness of his mind, thought and action, due to his ragged idleness, and not due to the society. Our thought is responsible for any action or any ideas that comes in our mind. Don't forget it. And this story is being given to you read. This story is being given to you read to understand the value of time, value of event, value of incident, value of action and value of a personality of a man. It minds, it affects and it might be your character. So build your character in right way. But how? How it is possible? Most of the students always think and comment most of the time that I always used to speak in English whatever the topic is. Dear students, why do I speak in English else Hindi? You know, because my dear students, you are English medium students. You have to prove it that you have the ability, you have the power to understand anything and you can do anything else in English. If I speak you in Hindi, the topic you can understand, but you will not get a single word to convert it into English when you are appearing in your examination. But if I explain you in English all the way to your topic, you will have some words in your ear, in your brain that will help you to create such a point to put in examination. So I would not like to take any more time to you. I resume my lesson regarding the beggar. So in the life of beggar, there is a character and whose name was Olga. She was a cook in the house of the Scott shop. Scott shop was a legal practitioner, means an advocate. Okay, so she was a cook and Scott shop hand over to that wood chopper beggar to Olga. He introduced him that this newcomer is here to work in the house. He does not know anything else. Okay, he does not know anything else, so you ask him to chop the wood. So annex is given to the Scots of. Annex is given to the beggar by the Olga, and she took him to backyard of the house where all the ragged and so many wood were put to chop. See, then he saw the pseudo schoolmaster and pseudo student seat himself on a block of a wood. Means Olga was the schoolmaster for beggar, and beggar was student for her. Both of them were sitting on the log of a wood, side by side, and leaning his red cheeks upon his fist. He was lost in the deep meditation, deep thoughts, putting fingers in his cheeks. Okay, sink into the thought. The cook flung an axe at his feet, spat angrily on the ground, and judging by the expression of her lips, began abusing him. Olga was very frank, smart, and she was very clever also. She started flinging on so many abuses on the beggar. You rascal, you drunkard, you stupid. So many words she used as an abusing word to the beggar. The beggar drew a log of wood toward him, irresolutely set it up between his feet, and diffidently drew the axe across it. The log toppled and fell over. Means because he was not have any intention to work, so he put a log between his two feet, and the log fell over on him, and the beggar drew it towards him, breathed on his frozen hands, and again drew the axe along it as cautiously as though he were afraid of its hitting his gallows or chopping off his finger. He was by one hand he was putting axe, and by second hand he was holding the log, and started chopping the wood. Sometimes it has been found that it might be caught his fingers in the way he was using to chop the wood. Okay. An hour later, Olga appeared and announced that the wood had been chopped up. Okay. Here, give him half a ruble. So she admitted to Scots of that you give him half a ruble. If he likes, let him come and chop wood on the first of every month. Means first of every month he will be here to chop the wood. There will be always be work for him, and whenever he wants to come here in this house, he will have the work to work for him. On the first of the month, the beggar turned up and again earned half a ruble, though he could hardly stand. From that time forward, he looked to turning up frequently, and work was always found for him. Sometimes he would snow into heaps or clear up the shed. At another, he used to beat the rugs, and means how many bucks he does, and work was always found for him. Sometimes he would sweep, sometimes the snow into heaps, so or clear up the shed. At another, he used to beat the rugs and the mattress. He always received 30 to 40 kopecks. Ruble, kopecks, these are the francs, and these are the coins, or these are the currency of the France. For his work, and on one occasion an old pair of trousers was sent out to him, and sometimes he is been given trousers to wear on. Okay. When he moved Scots soap, When he moved to Scott, so in page number 61 you see, well, I see my word have had an effect upon you. He, Scott, thought that the word he said to, or the word he used to scold him, affect the beggar, but it was not so as he think. As he thinks, it was not so. Why? Because this is for your work. I see that you are so sober and not disinclined to work. What is your name? Ultimately, Scott Soap now he wants to introduce his name, his birth, and his residence. So he said, "My name is Luskop. I can offer you better work, not so rough, Luskop. Can you write?" So he offered him a work to write. "Yes, sir. Then go with this note tomorrow to my colleague and he will give you some copying to do. But don't drink and don't forget what I said to you. Goodbye." After telling him goodbye or giving him work, that means I am giving you this note. Take it in your pocket and go to my companions and he will give you the work of writing to copy anything else. And he said goodbye to Luskop. So who was the beggar? What was his name? His name was Luskop. His name was Luskop. And who was the cook of the Scott shop? Olga. A lady, smart, frank and very strong of will. So Luskop took the letter, departed, and from that time forward did not come to the backyard for work. So he took the note and did not come to work backyard of his house. 2 years passed. 2 years passed. One day a Scotsop was standing at the ticket office of a theatre. Paying for his ticket, he saw beside him a little man. In his beside there was a little man. Lambskin collar and a shabby catskin cap. The man timidly asked the clerk of a gallery ticket and paid for it with kopecks. "Luskop, is it you?" Means he identified that he is the Luskop and he asked him, "Yes." As Scotsop, recognizing in the little man his former wood chopper, he knew that he is my wood chopper who used to work with me my backyard house. "Well, what are you doing? Are you getting on all right? Everything is good for you or not?" "Pretty well. Yes, sir. Everything is good. I am an notary's office now. I earn 35 rubles." Now he was able to earn 35 rubles. "Well, thank God, that's a capital. I rejoice for you. I am very, very glad, Luskop. You know, in a way, you are in my godson. It was who served you onto the right way. Do you remember what scolding I gave you? Oh, you almost sank through the floor that time. Well, thank you, my dear fellow, for remembering my words." Means Scotsop was thinking the words he had spoken to Luskop affected him, and now he totally changed by his words, by his scoldings. But not it was so as Scotsop was thinking so. But then who was behind him to change his life? Let's come to know. Okay. "Thank you to said Luskop. If I had not come to you that day, maybe I should be calling myself a schoolmaster or a student still." Means I still speaking lie to people who come to me or to see me for begging alms as a beggar. "Yes, in your house I was saved and climbed out of the pit." Means I overcome from that pit I was doing as a beggar before the people. But now I am overcome from it. Okay, I am very, very glad. Now I am very happy that I have been changed. My life has been changed. Now I am well settled. Thank you for your kind words and deeds. What you said, that was excellent. I am grateful to you and to your cook. God bless that kind, noble-hearted beman. What you said that day was excellent. I am indebted to you as long as I live. Of course, but it was your cook Olga who really saved me, who changed my life, who helped me, and who always standing behind me to work. How was that? Scorsov asked him, how was that? How it all happened? Why it was like this? I used to come to you to chop wood, okay? And she would begin. And I used to sit and she start chopping the wood for me. Oh, you drunkard! He became fired, agitated, and said, you drunkard, you God-forsaken man, and a death does not take you. And then she would sit gladness in this world, opposite of me, lamenting, looking into my face and wailing. You unlucky fellow, you have no gladness in this world. And in the next you will burn in hell. Poor drunkard, you poor sorrowful creature. And she always went on in that style. You know how often she upset herself and how many tears she shed over me. I can't tell you. Means the beggar pointed and understood the wailing, lamentations, and the sadness that appeared on the face of the Olga. She always used to sit before me or opposite of me and start weeping, lamenting, abusing, and so many words she used to scold me. And I started work on that occasion. She changed my life. Okay, how often she upset herself and how for me do I know, sir? I never chopped a single log for you. She did it all, and I did not chop a single boot for you. She did it all for me. How it was she saved me, how it was I changed. And in the way that she did for me, I changed. I changed my life looking at her and gave up drinking. And I left drinking. I give up the drinking and now I am not a drunkard. I can't explain, only I know that the she said and the noble way. And she was the noble lady and she shown me the noble way. She had brought about a change in my soul. My soul quietly changed by her words and I shall never forget it. And I will not forget it. It's time to go up through. They are just going to ring the bell. Laskov bowed and went up to the gallery. Laskov went up before the Scorsov and go to the gallery and the story comes to an end. So, my dear students, in this story, the beggar. Who was the beggar? Laskov. Who was the legal practitioner? Was the Scorsov. And who was the cook? Olga. There are three characters and these three characters are very important. I insist you again, go through the chapter. If you have any problem, tell me and go through the words, because without having the words you can't explain a single line. So take care of yourself, go through the chapter. If you have any problem, put your queries in the comment box. See the video till the end to understand it. Without going through the chapter you cannot understand it well. So it's my very kind request to you, please go through the video. If you have any problem, tell me. I will help you at any way, at any time. So it's your duty to go to the topic. So in this chapter, only in 2 lines I would like to summarize it. There will be anyone in your life that's his motivation, inspiration, or some kind of events and incident that will happen in your life will change your life. So I still waiting, because you are 12th standard students. Don't forget it. That means you are not going to appear in the examination. very soon, that very soon you will hear that means your school is open and now you have to prepare yourself for the examination. So be careful, keep on watching the video, going through the chapters, and that will only the way will help you to get good marks. Whatever the condition is, you have to stand behind us and support us. So that's enough for the today. Chapter 8, the beggar. Now I'm going to complete. If you have any problem, tell me. Thanks for the day. Have a nice day.